News. We'll talk to Megan Koch from the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Great Lakes Bay region. At 11 o'clock, Mindy McIntosh will be here from McIntosh and Associates. But for this hour, no, ladies and gentlemen, it is not Listen to the Missus. But we are going to talk about cooking today. There is a program in the city of Saginaw called Chopping It Up in the City. We're going to learn about this fascinating program, which is held down at the SVRC Marketplace, from the folks who are responsible for it. The Pascals. We have George and Andrea with us, right?
That's right.
Got it right. George, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well. Andrea, thanks for being with us today.
Well, thanks for having us.
All right, so I think before we get too far into the minutia of all this, we need an overview of what is chopping in the city.
It was a dream that was inspired by a childhood vision that I saw at a place called Carytown. And the idea is that we bring convenience foods back, but we make them from scratch. So teaching people how to make convenience food from scratch with the idea that you get back to working with your hands and that you learn to be more resourceful with the tools and the food and the resources that you have.
Describe for me a convenience food.
One of our famous one is Eggos, Eggo waffles. You buy them, they're convenient food. You buy them in a box. You keep them in your freezer. You take out a couple, you pop them in your toaster, and boom, you've got an instant breakfast.
So we're skipping the box and making them from scratch?
We are. We're taking 18 to 20 minutes. We're taking about 20 to 30 minutes to make a batch of Eggos. A batch is roughly about 18 to 20 Eggos. And you can do the same thing that you do with the store-bought ones. You pop them in your freezer, and you take out a couple and you pop them in your toaster when you need them.
What brought this about? Is there a model someplace else?
No.
No?
No.
So you guys created this?
Absolutely, from scratch.
And how often do you do it?
We film once per month, the first Saturday of the month at SVRC Marketplace. And then we try to do shorts.
So you film, is this a internet kind of thing, on Facebook, YouTube,
of course,
all that?
Of course, all the requisite social medias, right?
Yeah, of course.
But we wanted to break that social media barrier by filming live at the SVRC Marketplace. So we're putting ourselves right there in the atrium. You can come watch us film. You can come interact with us, see what we're cooking. A lot of people ask us questions, and then we also place placemats down at all the seats. So when you're coming to the atrium and you're watching us film, there's questions there. There's ways that you can interact with us.
How long does your video run, typically, in terms of time?
We're averaging about 15 minutes. So we're trying to keep the
short attention span. That's good.
Yeah, you know that right now. Anything longer than 5 minutes, people are not interested, especially when it comes to video.
So how'd you get into this?
Well, I ran for office twice, and I really wanted to go into running for office to make a difference. Like some of us authentic politicians like to do. And so when I lost twice, thank God that I lost twice. It was by the grace of God. And I said, well, we still want to make a difference. We still want to make an impact. How do we change Saginaw for the better? And one of the things that we've realized is that food is a way that we can commune together. We talk together. We used to complain a long time ago about how families don't have dinner at the dinner table. And it kind of started from there. We still have regular dinners. We still cook regularly with our kids.
Oh, that's you talk about old school, because I'm 83. But when I grew up when I was a young lad in the 40s, 50s, the rule in the house was dinner time was 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
I was an only child. I sat at the table between my mother and father. I couldn't leave the table till they were done. And that was excruciating because I'm a very fast eater and my father was the slowest eater in the world. My mother, fortunately, was a very good cook, though. But the basics. I mean, stuff you're talking about. Nothing fancy.
That's right.
It was all the basics. Basically, it was what my father liked. That's what she cooked. It was simple. It was real easy back in the day.
Well, so we're finding that people in general are ordering food. We're using a lot of DoorDash, and we're eating out a lot at a rapid rate. So we discovered that in 2020, DoorDash was at $1.5 million. And then in 2025, in just 5 short years, they went to 25 million.
Yeah.
Billion, I think. But yeah.
What?
Billion, right?
No, I think it's still million.
No, is it? Okay.
But
But regardless,
it tells us the growth there,
Yeah.
right? And the need that people are ordering out. We did a live where we went to a friend's house, and she's in her 30s, so she's a younger gal. She's got 5 kids, and a large part of her budget is going to ordering food out for her family. There's not a lot of there's very little to no cooking in the home, and so it's pretty common actually. We're finding that people don't have cooking utensils. There's no pots and pans in the cabinets, so if they don't even have the tools, they definitely don't know the basics and how to cook,
Yeah.
right? So while we don't think convenience food is inherently evil, we definitely are finding that taking away people's working with their hands is also taking away the reward part of their brain. So they're less likely to cook. They're afraid to cook. They're afraid to try new things. And of course, that leads to poor health and higher budget. So they're not able to sustain their way of living because they're ordering food out too much.
yeah, because you reach a point in your life. My wife passed 3 years ago, and I like to cook. I cooked a lot of Asian food particularly. I don't do it now. I'm just a me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
cook for the dog. The dog eats the stuff. I buy good dog food for
Yeah.
him, but he does. I don't cook for him. And I find myself, but I don't use DoorDash. I go out a lot,
Yeah.
Yep.
But I have in recent times returned to the kitchen a little bit,
Good.
and did hit and miss, but
Glad to hear it.
well, it became, I kept sitting down and saying, "Hey, stupid, you got all this stuff here." So
You know how to do
why are
it.
you spending a fortune when you got all this stuff sitting here,
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't. There's some things you don't forget.
Yeah. Well, that's to me is the interesting part. I want to see people get back to spending time with their family, and making a meal every day is a great excuse for us to speak to each other
Yeah.
again rather than,
Well, but in the old times, my day, it was commonplace for mom to be home, dad to work. Mom took care of the house. Mom cooked the meals, and it was, it was kind of a created perception in a way. But in recent times, in the last several decades, where everybody's working, mom and dad are working, kids are busy, they're doing sports, they're doing all kinds of stuff. We don't seem to have that gathering time like we used
Right.
to.
So
right.
that
And it's done spontaneously. You could watch a video when you want. You're not going to be there at 8 o'clock like you used to.
How many people
it's
are
on the
sitting at
internet.
TV tables watching their TV while
Yeah.
they eat, right?
Yeah.
well, my argument is, so convenience gives you back time. That's always been the sell job, right? The advertisers say, well, buy this product because it saves you more time. You can spend more time on doing the things you love. And my argument is the opposite. My time is my most valuable commodity, and my family and my friends deserve my most valuable commodity. And so I say reclaim that time, take the time back, give it back to the people who you love the most and who you care about the most, because they deserve it, right? And when you give that time, you're reclaiming your budget, you're reclaiming your health, and you're reclaiming your family, and you're reclaiming that time with them. So you're getting that quality time that we're all desperate for in these days. So, of course, COVID has definitely separated us, drastically. So how do you bring that back? And you start with family. You start with your own house first.
There's probably a secondary benefit of all this, too. I guess the Legos that you're teaching us, the Eggos that you're teaching us to make would be vastly different than the ingredient tab on the box.
Yes.
I suspect it's a little healthier, a
Tremendously.
little more nutritious,
It is.
tremendously healthier.
Higher protein.
all the way around.
We just did the Black Health Expo a few weeks ago at the SVC Marketplace, and we did Eggos, right? Because kids love Eggos.
Yeah.
And so, those small little waffle makers now that are really popular, those mini ones, they make perfect Eggos, right? And they fit right in your toaster. So we did a whole batch of those, and of course we did the comparison of what's healthy to what's not healthy. you're getting real eggs in your Eggos. The reason why they're called Eggos is because they're supposed to have eggs in them, right? And
What a
lots of them. And the eggs is what provides that protein. But when you go to the store-bought, you're not getting eggs. You're getting lecithin and other fillers that make you feel full, but they're not giving you any nutritional value.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, we got to take a break, and we will come back with Tonya George and Andrea Pascal, and they have Chopping It Up in the City. We'll tell you about the where's and when's and all that good stuff when we return here on the Art Lewis Show. Right now, let's see if we can give away some money. You have a chance to win the daily 1,000.
This is a test of the emergency.
All right, we're back with you. Talking about Chopping It Up in the City, a cooking program that our guests do, Andrea and George Pascal, and also with us is Alex, who is co-host of the show. So, give us an idea how often you do them and how the public can be involved.
Oh, wow. So we film on the first Saturday of every month at the SVRC Marketplace. We start at 10 a.m., and we usually film for about 3 hours. So that runs us into lunch. So if you're catching lunch at the SVRC Marketplace on the first Saturday of the month, you're definitely going to be able to catch us filming. Other ways that you can catch us is attending one of our cooking classes. We've been hosting cooking classes all throughout the city. So make sure you stay tuned. You can go to our website at choppingupsaginaw.com, and there you can see where we will be every step of the way. We make sure we update our website pretty much daily so that you can stay in touch with us wherever we are.
And how many segments do you do in that 3 hours, for example?
We only film one show.
Oh, it's one show.
One show. We're only filming one recipe.
A lot of stop and goes.
It is, and we of course you do the TV magic, so we make a lot of stuff ahead of time, right? We're trying to.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
Where the pie's magically done.
We did television segments for probably 12 years off and on with TV5, and we didn't make anything on set. Everything was, we brought in the product and showed the product, but then we had a finished product.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay. So we're a little bit different in that we have a portable kitchen. So in my living room right now, we have 4 giant tubs, and it's filled with pretty much everything you could possibly think of to create a kitchen wherever we are. So if we brought those 4 tubs in right now,
You'd have a kitchen.
We have a kitchen. We can make anything.
In the early days of the TV that we were at the Maytag store, and we did cook on camera. And it was pretty funny sometimes. Multiple takes.
Yeah, it can be a fine line between, the TV magic and then just a natural flow of things, and we definitely try to keep, just a natural feel and with the conscious idea of, putting something together for that.
It's got to be entertaining, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but we definitely try to, give it
we used to go to the store. We knew what the recipe was we were going to do. We had to go to the store, and we had a sponsor, and we'd go to the store and we would buy 3 of everything. 3 of everything. Because, 1, we needed a finished product. So we had to cook a finished product. 2, we had to cook on camera. And 3, we had to have a backup when we screwed up.
See, we usually are missing a few items.
Yeah, we always forget something.
That's where I come in, Art.
That's the magic.
That's the George magic. He brings in what we miss. So because we're filming at SVRC Marketplace, right? And you're also in a food desert, so there's no real close food by there.
That's right.
If you forget something, you're
Off to the store.
That's it. Or no, well, we try to teach resourcefulness. So a lot of people don't have those cooking tools at home, right? Like one time, our most watched episode is our Christmas episode where we're making sugar cookies. I forgot the rolling pin of all things. So, but a lot of people don't have rolling
Yeah,
pins.
so you
So
figure something else out.
you figure something else out. You make do, and that's really what we want to show is be resourceful. Use the tools that you have available to you. You don't have to run to the store and buy everything that you need. Sometimes you just use what you got.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes ingredients,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have flour and you're making a cake, you got a
You're
problem.
in trouble.
But we're all volunteers, and I always tease Alex. I'm like, well, I hired you because of you bring that something to the screen, right? That entertainment to the screen.
I'm curious what your backgrounds are. Do you work besides this?
I do. I work full time. I'm in trucking software.
Of course. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Total transition, right?
Alex?
Yeah, we're C&J Handyman. We're a licensed
Oh, yeah.
contractor here
Yep,
in the area.
sure.
So definitely lots of work outside of this. But,
And George?
I work for A.T. Frank.
Oh, yeah,
in the
of
corporate
course.
Office. Yeah.
At the corporate office?
Yeah.
Yeah. They going to reopen that store?
We are trying.
I know they're
putting a
working on
roof
it.
as
I
far
know
as
they're
I
working
know.
on it. Art Noe's a friend of mine. He occupies part of that space,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, he got hit pretty bad with that one.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I guess I have to ask, how is all this funded?
Self right now.
All self-funded.
Us. A lot of the
A few community partners have donated.
Yeah.
Yes, we've definitely partnered with Higher Purpose in the community, the Rescue Mission.
Oh, okay. Not good.
When we did a 4-week cooking class leading up to Thanksgiving last year, where we were able to give 20 turkeys away to our students. So that was really exciting for us. Not only did we get the opportunity to teach, but then to give away food. And we did a show on that, so you can actually watch the turkey finale on YouTube, and it'll wrap up, our dream coming true there. But we are definitely looking for more funding. We want to grow. We want to keep teaching. We want to keep filming, of course, right? The filming part is, I think, more fun, but the teaching is where we really want to be.
Yeah, the collaboration is key. We learn where we can, teach where we can. That's another, it's a fun concept of the classes as well, as just because they're coming to a class, we learn from our students as well. They may come to the table and teach us techniques and different things. And
Well, and the other thing about the concept, this is not the Food Network with highfalutin chefs. This is everyday food prep
absolutely,
that
Absolutely.
anybody can do.
absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we will be back with more with our guests as we talk about chopping it up in the city. Let me take a moment to talk about something that chops up your car's suspension. They're called potholes. Talk about chopping it up in the city. Potholes can be devastating to your suspension, your tires, your wheels, and alignment particularly. And alignment is very important. And if you stop out to Quick Lane Freeland, they will give you a complimentary alignment check. And I've asked John to tell us about alignment and why it's so important.
If your vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
Thanks, John. Stop in today. Don't forget that complimentary alignment check. And by the way, if you need tires, remember that Quick Lane Freeland sells all their tires at just $5 over cost. All part of the McDonald Ford complex in Freeland. So while you're there, take a look at the Ford product lineup or their pre-owned lot. All waiting for you at McDonald Ford and Quick Lane Freeland. Two names standing ready to help you with all your automotive needs in 2026.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile.
Back with you, and from chopping it up in the city, Andrea, George, and Alex. Alex and Andrea are the co-hosts of the broadcast, and it's a cooking show designed to teach the basics
That's right.
and convenience and all that good stuff.
Put love back into it.
Put love, oh, very nice, love back into cooking. That's interesting. You talk to a lot of chefs. I just had dinner last night with a retired chef and he would agree with you putting love back in cooking.
Yeah, you see so much burn and turn and just convenience food these days, and I think that's, you know, a big part of the mission. It's really just putting love back into it. It's not about the fancy equipment or these things. It's really just, you know, where it started with me is my grandma, and just, you know, in the kitchen with grandma, and, you know, it was the best food you had when you helped grandma out, and it didn't matter if it was just the 3-ingredient gravy, you know, it's really just about putting the love back into it. So that's important. And then where you see the city part it started in Mexico. I went on a mission trip and seeing that culture and being, you know, food's a huge part of the culture. So seeing that come to life to me is, you know, that was where it sparked a flame.
Food is the identity of many cultures.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know.
So we went to, we were invited down to Detroit for a place called Hope Care and Beyond, and their focus is acclimating immigrants and refugees into our culture, into the United States. And so they wanted to do a cross-culture exchange of recipes and education. So we went down there. We had 2 interpreters, and we had 12 ladies, all from Yemen, Afghanistan, and different parts of the Middle East. They didn't speak a lick of English. And so we made 1 pot spaghetti sauce with no rice breadsticks, and they taught us how to make hummus. And so Alex is out there, and you know, I've got the mixer, and Alex is doing it by hand. He's mixing the dough with his hands. And the one lady, you can hear a couple of ladies, they're talking amongst themselves, and they go, you can hear naan, like naan? And I said, who said naan? Which one said naan? Because yes, it's much like naan. And she was like, well, she's kind of pointing to Alex like he's not doing a good job kind of thing. Like that's what she's kind of hinting at, right?
Did that.
She's hinting at that. And so I was
it's
like,
a
well,
two-way learning street.
yeah, I was like, well, get in here. And you should have seen her. She came over.
Shoved me right to the side. And
She took that dough, and I mean, she just
They
went,
work it a certain way.
yeah.
but it was done quicker, done faster. The dough was the perfect texture, and what we learned in that experience was that food is communal. It doesn't matter with no language. It breaks all language barriers. We were laughing. We were having a good time. We're
absolutely.
learning from each other, right? And it's like, how do you do that when you only have 2 interpreters in the room and you've got 12 different people in there? You're all speaking different languages, right? But
It's a universal language.
It's
Well,
that.
sort of, it's like music.
It's
Yeah,
that
it is. It
food.
absolutely
It's
is.
the food, right? It's definitely the food. So that really kind of really boosted us. We're like, food, like we knew we had something like great and powerful to work on and people to come together on, but that was really radically changing for us, the experience.
And we
on
also have to be realistic about what we can recreate at home. And I'll give you an example of that. I'm a huge fan of Asian food. I eat an enormous amount of Chinese and Japanese food. I could live on it. But I can't cook it at home like they do in a restaurant. I don't have the degree of heat put out by their burners, which adds to how the food is cooked. And if you ever watch Chinese chefs, it's a lot of flipping and a lot of, you know. And while I can flip and I can do all that, I don't have the heat. So it takes me longer to do the food, which in some ways changes it. You know, so it's never going to come out exactly like the restaurant, but it's going to come out good.
Correct.
You know,
So we had Gina
Comparison
on.
is the thief of joy, right? Enjoy what
Care-
you made.
you got it.
Amen. So you would probably really like our episode that we had with Gina and Melissa Hagar. Now, Melissa Hagar is from the comedy series, and Gina is from United We Go. You just had her on the show.
I just had Gina on. She's
Yeah.
fabulous.
And she was a guest.
Speaking of the Oriental,
Yes, and she was a guest on our show, and she taught us how to make authentic Chinese rice from scratch, like the real way to do it. You throw in all the stuff that you have on your kitchen counter, and that's really the idea of Chinese fried rice. And we're not used to that, right? She really broke the idea of you
Well,
buy
we're
this Chinese fried rice in this little container.
that's because, and this is a guess on my part though, most of us are what I called structured cooks. We have fixed ingredients, fixed amounts. We know what to put in the pan. We know how long to put it in the pan and all that. Whereas true genius of cooking is to take what's on the counter and go, you know,
Yep.
throw it all together and look what I made.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people are just afraid to do
Yeah,
that sometimes.
exactly. You know, you got to be bold. You know, take
Yep.
the initiative. Get back into the kitchen. Get
I'm
to
not
working.
afraid to do it. People are afraid to eat it when I
Yeah, there's that too.
He's not kidding on that, by the way. I've seen some stuff he brought to me, and I'm like, I really love you, but I don't know if I love you this much.
Ooh.
He would never say the same thing to me. He's a great husband. He eats everything I put in front of him, like a very
I
good
suspect
husband.
it sounds like it's a little different than what he puts in front of you.
True story.
That's funny. Hang on, we'll take a quick break, come back, finish up with our guests, tell you more about it and when you can participate and all that stuff.
Service. It's hard to find.
Back with you, George, Andrea, and Alex in studio from Chopping It Up Saginaw. So if I said to you, Andrea, I'm going to put you in the kitchen and you can only make one thing, what's it going to be?
Oh. God, Art, why would you ask me that question? That's a tough one.
George told me. No.
Well, let's
There is
see.
a correct answer, by the way. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's whatever George wants to eat.
Yeah. He married me because I'm Mexican. I make Mexican food. That's his little secret. He doesn't tell people. I probably have to make Mexican food. I probably make enchiladas.
Enchiladas?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that the correct answer?
That or chili. Those were the options. Yeah.
Alex, what about you? If I stuck you in the kitchen and said you got to make something.
I'd probably go with like my grandma's chicken piccata or something like that.
Ooh, oh, you're a little fancy there.
Yeah, I'll take a little fancy.
So, first Saturday is 10 o'clock at SVRC Marketplace.
That's
We're
right.
in the marketplace,
Right there in the atrium.
right in the atrium.
Yep. Right when you go in the seat where all the seating is, right across from Making Bacon.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a big kitchen there. It's got all the lights. That's exactly where we film. So when you come and grab your food from Making Bacon or Sisson Bros or Saigon
Or any of the other people
or
in
any
there.
other wonderful like these people have a craft in there. I mean they all craft their food. So go grab some great food. Come and sit down. You can watch us film on that first Saturday of the month. And you can interact with us. Like, we'll ask you questions. People come up to us. They want to see what we're doing. Like, are you guys filming a show? So we often get interrupted, which is great. We want people to interact with us. Yeah, do it. Come up and interrupt.
Who's the
and act with us.
videographer?
We've had a couple of people. We've had Luke Gilpin from Gilpin Media, and we've also had Jeremiah Santiago from Loud Entertainment. So those are both our videographers.
Who does the editing?
Both of them.
Both of them do that?
Yep, both of them do the editing. So
Yeah,
they
because
take
it's
a lot
got
of
a good
burden.
look to it. I mean, it has a flow.
It does. They've done a phenomenal job.
That's that love thing we were talking about.
Yeah. It honestly, it's been a blessing to have this kind of chemistry with such a small team. Alex and I collaborated on the show, so the chemistry that you're seeing,
Did you two know each other before this?
not very much, no. Not very much at all.
How did it come to pass?
We connected on a life skill center. Actually, we met through a networking event, and we really loved the idea of having a life skill center. So, after I ran for office, I was like, well, how can I make a difference?
What'd you run for?
I ran for Saginaw County Commissioner.
Oh, did you? Okay.
District 9. So we said, well, I'm going to come up with this cooking show. And I think this might be a good bridge for us to start with cooking, hands-on, right? Communal, bring the people together. And then we can slowly go into other life skills. Handyman stuff, how to fix a hole. I'm very crafty. How do you, sew? How do you knit? How do you do some of these older crafts? Like, think home ec,
Yeah,
right?
forgotten skills,
Yeah.
textiles and agriculture,
All that good stuff.
yeah, all the goodies.
So we're not stopping at cooking. Chopping It Up will actually grow into more life skills. The cooking is really
Sewing it up.
absolutely,
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
Fixing it up.
I love it. I love it.
You just volunteered, Art.
Yeah. We just got our new marketing manager hired right now. So that's the idea, is that we're going to grow this into, again, loving the old arts, getting back into using your hands, working with your hands, minding your own business.
All right, so if we minding your own business, well, there's a concept.
That's a good one.
If we had the Andrea Pascal crystal ball, and we look 5 years or 10 years down the road, what's Chopping It Up going to look like?
It's a national organization where this is franchised into other cities, and they're modeling what we've already done here. You're bringing in your Saginaw celebrities on the show. You're interacting with your community. You're teaching people. You're volunteering. You're doing food giveaways. You're educating. You're going into other areas like how to do home repairs and how to do other home ec type activities.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's the big vision. Is for everybody to do this, everybody to have the excitement and to want to do it.
I'd really like to see, small personal gardens, agriculture change, not these big fields necessarily, but small agriculture and, get to the source and show, we can do this.
City plots and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've gotten tapped into some community gardens and would love to grow, in a lot of those ways. I mean, there's a lot to unfold with chopping it up, a lot to talk about.
Well, it's in its infancy, so obviously, it's one of those paths of creativity that you don't know where it's going to lead, but
absolutely
keep adapting as it leads you.
Yep.
Absolutely. So we're doing another cooking course. The next one is April 18th at Center Courts, and then following that is going to be May 21st through Higher Purpose. And the one through Higher Purpose, we're really kind of excited about because it's different, right? It's going to be more gardening, how to grow your own food from scraps, how to have a garden on your windowsill.
You're off and running.
Right. So again, bringing it back even further, how do you get the food, right? If you're living in a food desert, where does the food come from? And so we want to make sure that you're resourceful, even without some of the major things that we've learned to depend on, like grocery stores, or maybe you're going to your farmer's market instead, or maybe you have your own garden.
Which is big, we should point out, is huge today. Farmers markets are expanding.
Yeah,
everywhere.
You're seeing it come back, you're seeing a taste for it, across the map for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
That's another one of the things why we like filming at the SVRC Marketplace is that we have that farmers market. I love the farmers market. I actually was in the newspaper for being at the farmers market so often. When I was getting well and getting better, I was eating clean, and that was part of getting well. So I was at the farmers market literally probably 3-4 times a week, and they put me in the paper because I was there so often.
Who doesn't love that exchange? I mean, if you don't love walking through the market and seeing the colors and the food and the smell, I mean, that exchange alone is just great.
It is good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I wish you well with it. And again, April 18th, where? At Center Courts?
April 18th, Center Courts.
That'll be the next one, but every first Saturday of the month at SVRC Marketplace.
We are filming. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us, Andrea, George,
Alex.
Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Take a break, come back, tell you what's ahead next hour.
You bought a truck to keep it.
Next hour, we're going to learn about the Boys and Girls Club of Saginaw and an event they have coming up. That will be happening right after the news. CBS is going to bring us up to date on the world, the nation, and what's happening in the Straits of Hormuz. And then Michael Purchase in the WSGW newsroom to fill you in on the region and the state. I'm Art Lewis, and we'll be back with you right after the news.
Broadcasting from the